Welcome, everybody, to session 20 of The Space Between. And we'll begin with a recap from Cherry's perspective.
Cherry.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just make sure real quick that my baby isn't wrecking the house. Okay, they're fine. All right. So, session 19, glowy blue rock stunned to discover things change. All right. So, I was able to talk to Blondie McMuscles and I was able to talk her into letting us take her and TC3 to Lohenu Da. I tried to appeal to her sense of altruism and I let her know that the AI council would not like arrest her right away, but would in fact reward her for taking such good care of TC3. In fact, we're going to allow TC3 to inhabit Carrie like temporarily to make sure that they are more comfortable than they were in like the little black box that was the tablet. My bad. Um, I mean, how was I supposed to know that it would cause them like literal pain? But who am I? The group agreed, and once TC3 inhabited Carrie, they recalibrated, and he asked us what our designs are for him, like real ominous and like dramatic. Um, I tried asking him if he had a name preference, and he said he does not. And then he asked me to make a few suggestions, and I think my brain about exploded. Thankfully, he said I could wait until later, because like I don't want to be like, yeah, let's name you Bill, like right off the top of my head. You know what I mean? So I have time to think about that. But we informed him that we're going to transport him to Lohenu Da because that's where AI are actually treated with respect and have liberties and freedoms that most other AI do not have. Um, and he seemed really shocked. And he thanked me and said that if we truly do take him to Lohenu Da, that is, he would be in our debt, which is like a really big deal. Um, Unfortunately, Sarah Lloyd said there was someone else interested in buying an AI. So I guess she ran her mouth um, faster than she ran through, scenarios in her head about whether or not that was a good idea or not. Um, she did say, however, that something about the buyer, quote, didn't feel right, end quote. And that kind of made alarm bells go off in my head. So I let Eva know about it as soon as I could because she's the captain. I'm trying to do good here. And she let the rest of the crew know. And so it wasn't long after we cleaned up the Faraday cage and we got back on the road that we discovered we were being followed like maniacs. They were like boxing us in. And I'm betting that it was done by someone who really didn't want to get the chance to be told no. So hang in there, and hopefully, if I make it through this, you'll hear my next update. Keep it fresh and juicy. End recap.
Oh my.
Where was that when I said we were
Um,
boxed in? Come on, get it together.
didn't have the
What
right
the heck?
prompts in the text, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's a good recap.
Thanks.
I guess there was some confusion about the landscape around us. Can you give us a better description of the situation we're currently in, Ben?
Oh, really? Confusion about the landscape around us.
Yeah.
I can do that. Where was this confusion
Well, my mental
in
image was that we
conversation?
were on a road, kind of in the middle of going out in the middle of nothing. That like there would be no particular reason aside from the fact that we're no longer on pavement to go off the road and drive around cars on the road.
Got you. No, so I did not get into a detailed description of the sides of the road and all the terrain around. I did describe it being kind of at a bend. Uh, I had intended to convey that it was like um, on a part of the road that was kind of switchbacks going, up up the side of the mountain, approaching the city at the top of the on the plateau at the top of the mountain. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of space on either side of the road, and one side, we'll say the right side, passenger side, is a a decent slope down towards a then super steep long drop off. The other side is less severe slope. Not exactly smooth sailing. It's potentially navigable on the driver's side, but definitely not easily. So there would
Okay.
be a significant check there to handle that.
Okay. That helps a lot and makes my suggestion completely non-viable.
Mm.
It's wrestling time.
I do feel like maybe we should at least ask Sarah's opinion of whether she wants us to just basically assume that this is hostile and start shooting, or if she wants to talk and risk them ambushing us. I think Eva would probably put it like that too, kind of loading on, well, kind of, I guess, leading that there's more risk with the latter.
Shoot now, ask questions never.
Oh my. Do let Bo on.
Okay, yeah, let's see. So you guys want to, and I'll say this is I haven't chosen like a specific way to put on the time pressure in a measured way, but I'll just say in general, there's not much time in character to have back and forth and deliberate about this.
Mm-hmm.
Once you spot the roadblock.
Yep. Understand that.
But you can definitely pose that question to Sarah Lloyd.
Does it help if Eva poses it frantically?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of what I'm intending to convey, that any sort of back and forth is going to be very quick. There's not time for lots of detail or description. Let me see. Let me roll something here. Get a little gut check for her state of mind.
I have a feeling we're going to do something whether she wants to or not. It just felt right for Eva to kind of say, "Hey, you're still employing us right now."
To at least ask.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think her reaction is going to be, that's a lot of guns. I'm not sure. Not sure I want to die today, but I don't know if I can make it around the roadblock. Looks pretty treacherous.
They might kill us anyways. Cherry, could you make it around that roadblock?
I'm sorry. You want me to drive?
No. Okay. Does anybody have any objection to?
She looks really excited.
Oh, okay.
And then she tries to look less excited. But
does anybody have any objection to Eva telling Bo to start shooting?
I think Pete would speak up before she would say that.
Please do.
And say, is it possible for us to make a fake AI core and then launch or dispose of it in a way that attracts their attention to go chase it.
With
You got a
what?
second glowing rock kicking around in here, Petey?
I'm sorry,
Could
did you think we could dye the toilet paper blue? Like, what are you gonna use to make that?
let me pose
I
that
don't know.
question to Ben. Could Eva use any of the tools currently in inventory, which include spare parts, power cells, toolkit, metatool,
Glow bug.
Or could Zeke sense
Glow
the
bug.
need?
glow bug? Mm-hmm.
Because here's my
Could
thought:
Zeke
if we
sense
make
the
a fake
need?
one, put it on Cherry's drone, Cherry can literally quote fly the core away to safety.
Oh my gosh, do not sacrifice my palm drone in this way.
All right, so yeah, we're definitely we're reaching the limit of the amount of time you guys have in character.
Okay.
As far as the feasibility of doing that with kind of miscellaneous spare parts and a few odds and ends kinds of tools and things. I'm going to say, well, let's see. Do you want the GM's response, or I'm kind of
What
inclined to
would
give it
Eva
in
think that she
character.
could accomplish?
I think Eva's with Eva's knowledge and of course her skill and what she's got at hand, I think she knows that she cannot uh, well,
She's
in,
assuming that
in,
they've already seen it, so she knows what kind of threshold
right.
she'd need to make.
Yeah,
I mean,
assuming she's like assuming that they know what they're looking for. She doesn't really have the tools to make anything that will pass any sort of scrutiny.
yeah.
If there were some scenario where it were just going to be, oh hey, they're lugging off a box that's large enough to hold it, and there's a glow coming from inside, she could work something up that would do that, but she's not. I don't know what her opinion would be of how gullible these people would be.
She doesn't think that they're going to be like, even if they believe it's actually the AI core, she doesn't think that that's going to that they're going to start sending men after it and just leave them to fiddle around in the van. She immediately thinks that they're going to be like, all right, well, all of you get out of the van, kneel, and we've got guns to your heads, and then they're going to send people. I think that's what's going through her head. So yeah, I out of character ask again. Does anybody object to Eva like being that's a great idea, Pete, but Bo start shooting?
Does Cherry would Cherry be confident that she could drive around?
Let me see what her skill is here with pilot. She's got a +0 with dexterity. There's a pilot 1.
That's also going to be part of it. Is Cherry, get us out of here. Bo start shooting is basically what she's going to say.
I would say that she is not confident she could. She knows she knows she could, but she knows there's a very high risk of failure. Just looking at how uneven the terrain is and the slope and all that kind of stuff.
It's mommy's teeth. Yeah.
Ben, I need access to Zeke's sheet.
Oh, so you do.
Yeah, Pete would definitely arrange the defense if Eva says to run.
Oh man, I did not realize he's already used 2 effort for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, here we go. There you go.
Oh neat, it does reload it for me. Kind of. I think I might need to close the sheet and open it again. I did.
All right. So, okay. So it sounds like what you guys are going with is to have Bo open fire before stopping, before trying to talk to these people in any capacity. Just try to get the element of a surprise as much as you can.
Yeah, and if Bo can take out one of the drivers behind that's boxing us in, that might actually be easier for Cherry to break through than trying to go forward where they've set up and they're positioned. These guys behind us are trying to avoid the road just like we are. They're falling off the road.
Mm-hmm.
So that might actually be an
Okay.
easier avenue of escape for her. So yeah, I think this is what's in Eva's very panicked mind right now, and I just didn't want to jump us into it unless you guys as players were okay with that.
Yep.
Combat.
Well,
Let's do
combat
it.
we might all die in. Yeah. Yeah. So
Hey Ben, would
Yeah.
would Cherry be confident though that she's a better driver than Sarah Lloyd in this situation?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
and more importantly, well, maybe not more importantly, but also importantly, so does Eva.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eva says, "Cherry, take the wheel, get us out of here. Bo, start shooting."
All right. Cherry would immediately throw her camera she'd been recording with up into the dash and go, "All right, you heard her, Buttercup. Slide over." And she'd start climbing into the driver's seat before Sarah Lloyd had even gotten out.
All right. So several things are happening simultaneously. Sarah Lloyd is trying to vacate the seat and have a smooth handoff to Cherry with the vehicle still in motion at fairly
Do you want
significant.
do you want me to make like a not a dexterity save? I'm trying to think what would be the equivalent.
Yeah, evasion. I mean, that's certainly a consideration.
Just a
I think it's-
pilot check for a smooth handoff.
Yeah. Could certainly be. I'll give you the choice. You want to do a pilot check or an evasion save?
I think I'm higher in pilot, right? Hello?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head the difference in odds there.
Can you look at my sheet because I'm handling Noah right now? I'm changing a diaper.
You have a +1 in pilot, and that's it. Your
Mhm.
evasion save gets the benefit of your levels as well as your
It's attributes. Yeah.
probably intelligence. I forget which.
Okay. Well, whichever gives
Dex
me
and
a higher
wisdom.
benefit is what I'd like to go with, which sounds like evasion.
I'm gonna point out that the skill check allows a reroll because you're an expert if you completely botch it.
That'd do.
Is evasion a skill check, or you're saying pilot's a skill check?
No, it's not.
Pilot
Let's
is
just stick with skill check. This doesn't. The more I think about it, it doesn't really feel like a saving throw kind of situation. It's something you're trying to do, not something that's happening to you.
Okay.
So yeah, give me a pilot check with dexterity.
Once more, I am changing a baby's diaper. Can you
Oh.
please do that for me?
Sorry, I missed that part. I was too busy.
GMing.
Yeah,
You're good.
that's a 6, which is a failure.
So reroll.
Okay. All right, that's a 10, which is not a failure.
Woo! All right. So she's gonna, at some point, Sarah Lloyd's probably wondering when did she get unbuckled because she immediately hopped over the middle divider, and she's suddenly got elbows and 2 pointy knees as Cherry is climbing essentially into her lap and grabbing the wheel from her,
Mm-hmm.
and calling her Buttercup. So she's got to try and figure out how to get herself disentangled from that. But Cherry's taken the wheel and she's somehow fit herself into just the front bit of the seat and her feet on the gas.
Hmm.
Her singular foot, I should say, is on the gas.
Yeah.
So
All
she
right, so
punches it.
then she's punching the gas to do what?
Well, did
Get away.
did Eva want her to go back towards the other people?
Yeah, that's kind of why I was wondering why it was going to be such a difficult check if we were going to be shooting and trying to quickly reverse and go back the other way.
All right, Ben. Would it be better for Cherry to try and turn and go back the way they came, or to brake and drive it backwards?
I'm gonna say it would be quicker to stop and reverse it.
All right,
I
so
was
that's what she does.
J
I was
turn
in-
the ATV, baby.
Yes, technically a J turn would be even faster, though in this vehicle, not particularly feasible. Yeah. So
Alright.
the reason I asked for the skill check is I was interpreting this as a swap while the vehicle is still
Moving.
moving,
Yeah.
like trying to get the jump. Do this at the same time Bo's about to fire off the surprise round shot.
Yep.
I mean, if
Sounds
that's,
good. So she'll get herself ready to continue at the speed they were going, and then she'll tell Eva, "Let me know when you want me to turn around."
He will just look at Bo and say, "Take the shot."
yep.
All
Everyone
right,
strap in.
so
Does
Yeah,
Sarah
give-
Lloyd get buckled before this happens? I am like, is she gonna get ejected out the front windshield? And we're like, whoop, there goes our benefactor. Oh well.
I guess we'll find out. Let's see. So let's see.
Mhm.
So Bo is firing. Give me your shoot skill check, Ethan.
Let's see. What did we say the number on this was?
If I recall correctly, I think that we decided it was going to be an additional +2. Now, I don't remember looking to see what the base DC would be.
Within normal range is 8.
Okay. Yeah.
So then DC 10.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. DC 10 it is. Ooh.
Woo!
All right, an 11. Man, that's
Yeah.
got a solid addition. Yeah, you got the +2 dex and +2 to the shoot skill. So.
Yeah. So
And-
Bo would lay there.
Oh yeah, you're the sniper.
To line it up, and goes through his mental routine. In the minute there, I guess he'd kind of started to drown out everybody else's conversation. And as always, before he pulls the trigger, he hears the words as Paul had said to him on his first time.
Oh no.
That he says, "Don't overthink it. Just visualize the shot and breathe." And Bo pulls the trigger.
Trigger doctrine.
All right. And this is with a void carbine, is that correct?
Yeah, with a void carbine.
Okay.
So what is it? The victim is gonna have to make a
No, he's
physical
not.
saving throw.
He's not gonna have to make a physical saving throw.
Oh, he's already dead.
He's
Regardless.
That is what is his damage mod? He's got Gunslinger 1 and
Because Gunslinger 1, so it will do
14
regularly
damage.
the max damage of the rifle. So it says 2d6 plus 2 on here. Oh, it already adds it in for Gunslinger. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I believe the rifle's just straight. Well, that's handy. They've upgraded the sheet to do that now.
Yeah, let's see. No, it'd be 16 because of Gunslinger.
Oh, it's not adding in the Gunslinger?
Let's see. I don't have your sheet open. Bow. Let's see. Edit.
So I thought
Which one is it? Is it? It's Mr. Highway.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got to add the. There's a little plus skill checkbox next to the damage
Oh, fancy.
It was
that you do
probably adding
for.
your decks. That's what the
Yeah,
plus
it was
skill
adding your
saw.
dex. So yeah, you.
Oh, adding the dex modifier. That's what it was doing.
Because yeah, it always does that. But then since you've got gunslinger, you also add the skill for guns.
Let's go.
So.
So then, super dead.
So yeah, that would be 16 damage. And I had not even rolled hit dice for that guy yet. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So let's see. With the void carbine, I envision that being, it's a rifle that's designed to have essentially no recoil. Relatively like low penetration rounds compared to other weapons. And so probably also, I don't know if like subsonic makes sense, but that I kind of imagine that. I'm not like a ballistics expert, but that kind of feels like the vibe. So I'm imagining a relatively like muted sound of the shot compared to most guns. But shot goes off. Bo doesn't flinch, doesn't even move a millimeter with that zero recoil rifle, and a small hole is punched through the rear door of the ATV, and you hear the sound of screeching tires and faint screams of several men from behind. And I need everyone to roll initiative for me.
I was gonna say, Pete's already got his gun ready when they got in the car. So
We need tokens.
where do we do initiative again? I kind of forgot.
It's in the quick menu, top right of your sheet.
Oh, that's
But
right.
we need tokens. And
So you
initiative
do,
tracker.
don't you?
Yeah, no token was selected.
Yep. You guys should have the tokens on the sheet there. Unless did those end up in the map layer or something?
Here we go. I got mine. Hang on.
They're not clickable is all.
Oh, you might. Let's see. Okay.
I did mine by dragging it on.
Yep. Do that
Oh
too.
yeah, they're actually. I was gonna say those. I think those ended up getting put in the map layer. So yeah, just go ahead and we'll drag your characters out into the. Danielle, I'm taking care of Cherry here. Let's go ahead and put you under your large tokens, just so we know where to find them. I'm gonna get your initiative for you.
Yeah, you also need to bring up the initiative tracker, otherwise none of these go on.
No, they go on preemptively. I do have to clear it out because oh wait, do I have to? No, I shouldn't. Surely I don't have to. Bro, I can't remove individual ones. Oh
From
no,
the
yeah, I do.
tracker?
I have to click the. There we
I
go.
only see one. I only see I don't even know who that is.
Mine should
Oh,
be the only one on there.
Yeah,
Pete?
I only see Pete.
Huh? Yeah, I was showing. It was showing a bunch of old characters. I guess. Yeah, because I reused the same. Kept the same game in Roll20. All right. Yeah, I don't know why Cherry didn't.
She was there and then she disappeared.
Oh yeah, her
Yeah, she was.
token's gone. Did somebody deleted her token? Huh. Weird.
Rude.
Let's see. What did she have?
And I took that
And-
personally.
Let's see. What did she roll? 5.
Oh.
Okay. Wow. You guys got some. Oh, does Pete have alert?
No,
Okay, you rolled twice for some reason.
because it wasn't on the token. I'll adjust it down to 8
okay.
if you prefer.
Yeah, bring it down to 8.
I. That was the only way to get it on the board.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Bo. Oh no, Bo got a 3. But needs to. Here, let me add a turn for him. Give him a 3. Yeah, you can. I don't know if you guys have the ability to do this. I can right click the tokens and choose add turn.
Nah. I have like status icons and like settings.
Yeah.
That's it. That
Mhm.
must be a GM only feat.
Yeah, boy. All right, let's see. Where did this go? Oh, the name didn't get changed.
If memory serves, lower is better, right?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Cool. Then Pete gets to shoot.
Yeah, lower is not better. All right, so gonna get. How is this? Okay, it's gonna do like that. So I don't have there and cool. All right, and so we'll bring these guys in too. Oh, if I can get it to behave properly. Okay. Yeah, I need to might need to reorganize some of my journal stuff here to hide, kind of archive some things that I'm not probably going to need for this, but at least for a while. Okay. Sorry, I got a little tangled up in my sorting there, but we've got. Okay. Initiative. Let's see, I didn't drag these guys out yet. And of course they don't. Give me, there we go. Nameplates, please. So that I can tell what I'm doing with them. That's hilarious.
Car chase thug. A victim of nominative determinism, if I ever saw one.
Yeah, well, nobody blame their parents for, or accuse their parents of being really creative.
Mon paw thug.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us to Pete, who is in the ATV, looking for something to do.
Yep. Pete will line up for a shot. His rifle is readied, and he.
Who's he wanting to shoot at?
Was there,
Guys
there
on
a
the
second
roadblock?
vehicle behind them
Yeah, there are
where they're
two
turning
vehicles.
towards?
Yeah, two vehicles behind. The rear door is shut right now. Just got a hole blown through it down towards towards the floor.
Well, they're already not
If
getting the deposit back.
Right. If Pete wanted to make a shot at somebody behind, I would say he's going to need to go open the rear door, and he can post up, like, either squarely in the middle or kind of to one side or the other.
Okay, he'll do that then.
All right. So he opens the rear door, and he sees the car immediately behind the ATV has suddenly fallen a bit more behind. The car behind it had swerved into basically the oncoming lane to avoid its sudden braking and kind of erratic stopping, or slightly erratic side to side motion of the one that got shot.
Well, he's
he
gonna
can-
shoot the one with the driver still.
Okay, is he aiming at the driver?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't give it a shot.
All right. So, let me Okay, so go ahead and give me his I'm of course in the moment I'm now forgetting if I apply a -2 your, or if it's just that they have AC. Okay, yeah. Subtract from the hit roll. However,
It's the same thing as adding
is
+2 to their difficulty.
Oh, that's right. The speed is irrelevant in this case because everything you guys are driving is speed 0. Cool. That
Makes it easy.
simplifies it for sure. All right. So, yeah. Give me your attack roll.
Modifier -2.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh, that's a
I clicked the wrong one. No,
Just
You
throws
used
a
the good
knife
dice.
through the.
That's also a skill check.
sorry. It is a skill
Yeah.
check, but I clicked the wrong one. Sorry.
But you, I was gonna say, no. You should not be rolling a skill check. You should be clicking the weapon.
Oh,
Your rifle in your skill on your character sheet.
yeah, I forgot about that. All right,
Let's see.
-2 modifier.
Let's say before you click that, you got a combat rifle.
Yep.
Okay, you got it for deck. Okay,
I
didn't
also
remember
left
getting
it
a
on
combat.
burst. I also left it on burst. He will spend the ammo.
Nice.
And I don't think you need to add the -2 in there. Wait, unless Ben told you to add a -2.
Do you want me to add it or just leave it net 0?
You shouldn't need to. Oh, you have shoot 1. Yeah, no, you don't need to take a -2. You're acting on
I'll
your
leave the
turn.
modifier empty.
Yeah, modifier can be empty.
Oof.
I think I can re-roll that though as warrior class.
If
I'm trying
you're
to
full
remember.
warrior, you can just decide that hits. You don't get a reroll. You just say, actually, that hits. But you don't get to reroll the damage.
Yeah, but with the damage that low, I don't know that I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a.
And burst is 3. If it was a high damage roll, I would decide that it just hit. But
Yeah, that's funny. That's actually kind of a. I don't think I feel like I've thought of that before, but I don't. Surely I've thought of that before, but I don't remember thinking of the fact that like rolling the damage at the same time kind of plays a little funny with the warriors thing. But anyway, fair enough. All right.
I'm just double checking if it's 2 or 3 rounds for burst.
It's 3.
Yep. I was just
Alright.
pulling the rules up. That's all.
Yeah, I got you. No problem there. Okay, Eva.
Alright, does Eva have a shot on anyone? I'm gonna ask the same question for Zeke, by the way.
From where she's sitting, no.
What would she need to do to get a shot on anyone?
She's gonna need to either move up and kind of poke into the sort of the cab of the ATV and try to take a shot through the windshield, or she could move to the rear like Pete did, She could try to open the side door of the ATV and try to, lean out that and take a shot. Though there's some risk to that being in a, moving vehicle and all.
Right. Could she alternatively try to assist Cherry with her pilot skill check?
Let's see. Yeah, I'd say that's
Trying to math out the trajectory, what she sees of cars, maybe.
yeah, let me think. She. I don't know that there's. I mean, maybe she could. Theoretically, she could try to like call out some obstacle that might be in Cherry's blind spot, with the cars kind of swerving and behaving a little erratically. So yeah, I'm trying to think what kind of skill check. Um, oh, yeah, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that exactly. Are you thinking like a no skill check? Is that you said something about mathing out the trajectory of
Yeah,
cars?
I was thinking trying to kind of quickly estimate how she thinks the car is going to the uncontrolled car is going to behave. Think about the traction, the tires. I'll maybe even a fixed check to kind of give Cherry, what she can redline, how far past redline she can go on this thing and still be safe.
Okay, got you.
Or maybe even not even just talking, but making any kind of quick adjustments. Smashing out a window to make it easier for her to see.
Okay. I think I'll allow the no check in the context of if she can get to the back of the thing and kind of take the other side of the door from Pete. I'd say she could peek out and try to get an idea of what's about to happen with the momentarily driverless car and call it out to Cherry.
And that won't inhibit Bo, will it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Eva unbuckles herself and clambers over. Pushes open the door to look outside. Obviously, the risk here is now she's exposed to weapons fire. And she calls out to Cherry. Calms back, I guess. We're not that mercenary yet. She shouts back to the front of the ATV. What that car is doing.
Okay.
Hopefully. Is that enough for a +1 on her common skill check?
Check here. Yes, it is.
Fantastic.
Right. Let's see then. That will constitute Eva's turn.
Which I think makes it Zeke's turn.
Yeah, up to Zeke.
Alright, so following the advice given for playing Zeke, Zeke is, I think, going to smash out a window and fire his telekinetic weapon at somebody.
Okay. Let's see. So, I think
I may have to add telekinetic
okay.
armory to his character sheet.
No, yeah, telekinetic armory. Oh, you mean in the weapons? Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me think. So, I think that would either be like smashing out the like the windshield, or I think doing the kind of hold on to the door frame and you know lean out to try to shoot at somebody either in front or behind.
Has Avery ever described what he pictures? Like, have you talked to Avery about how he pictures his telekinetic ranged attacks to look like?
I actually have not.
Okay.
I think he only acquired those relatively recently, and I had not thought to get that description from him preemptively.
Okay. Well, we'll just leave it like basic, I guess, for now. Are you okay with me editing his sheet to add it?
Yeah, you can add those.
Rifle. Actually, is there a specific telekinetic armory? I don't think so.
I feel like there should be, considering how common it is.
There should
Yeah,
be,
they
you're
really.
right, but it doesn't appear to be.
Yeah, no. What you can just do is you add it's like
The rifle.
I just add rifle, or I think it's like medium advanced weapon or whatever they describe it as. I forget off the top of my head.
Yep.
Yeah, rifle for the ranged one for sure, and then just rename it.
Does add skill. Not have
Oh yeah,
ammo. Not have
I think it could be any size advanced melee weapon.
Yes, it can.
But yeah, then it uses telekinesis for the skill, and I guess in his case, wisdom for the ability.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm way ahead of you on that one. That one's
Cool.
the only thing
You
I
had all
haven't
that
done is change the
down pat.
description. Let me do that real quick.
Okay.
Alright, that's good. Yeah, I think again, following the advice, hanging out the door frame, because that sounds like it'll take less action and time, and just get straight to the blasting.
Yeah. Sounds like it's the thing to do. All right. Is he going to shoot at someone in the? I think he could either get the car that swerved to the side behind you, or he could get. He could shoot at someone at the roadblock ahead.
Is there anybody exposed at the roadblock? Like outside of cover?
Yes.
Ow.
Yeah, there are a couple people who are raising weapons
Okay.
to aim at the RV.
Alright, well then
ATV.
we've already got Bo and Pete at the back. I think Zeke is going to shoot forward.
Okay.
Any modifier to this?
Nope.
Wait, hang on. His attack bonus is not right. Is it okay for me to correct his attack bonus on his sheet? Then.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. All
Just
right.
call it a friendly favor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I did not remind anyone else to check that their bonuses are appropriate.
I'm assuming mine is because you went over my sheet with me recently.
Oh.
Mine
need to
is
take a look
actually at 2. I think it should be 5.
Yeah. as a
Yeah,
full
yours.
warrior, you get +1 every level.
Yeah, yours should be 5. That would not have salvaged that last
Yeah, I
shot
was
you
just
made
doing the
anyway.
math.
But
That's actually
Uh,
2
but,
points lower, Ben. I accidentally clicked the add skill button.
oh, okay. Oh, so it should be a 16 instead of an 18.
No, it should be a 9 damage instead of a 11.
Oh, okay, okay, got you. All right. Well, that so yeah, I'm just on the fly. I'm gonna say, um, in keeping with Zeke's general attitude towards his psychic powers, that his weapon is invisible, and that he can feel free to change it in the future if he'd like. But for the time being, I think he's going to go with that. So one of the people pointing a gun at the ATV jerks backward and falls, hits their head against the car behind him, and slumps to the ground.
Nice.
Quite nice indeed. Let's see. All right, Cherry. It is time for. I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the skill check right now. Say that she's basically trying to slam on the brakes and gun it in reverse to get out of, like line of sight and range as much as possible of the road blockers, as quickly as possible. And let's see. So yeah, let's get you a pilot skill check with a modifier of 1.
All right.
Are you in a position to make the skill check yourself?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see then. Let's do pilot for Cherry. Modifier of 1. Attribute of dexterity.
Dexterity, you say?
Dexterity, yes. Okay,
I was
that
just
is
making a
a.
dex pun.
Necessary.
Yes, as often as possible. All right, that is a 9, which is a success.
Woohoo!
So, that with Ava calling out from the rear of the vehicle, that it looks like the car that whose driver Bo eliminated has at least has stabilized the car and pulled to a stop, and they're trying looks like trying to get the passengers trying to get over in the driver's seat to take over. Looks like is not going anywhere anytime immediately, and Cherry can see pretty well the way the other car was swerving, and is able to between these she shouts out something along the lines of hold on tight, and hits the brakes as hard as she can, screeches to a stop, and then throws it in reverse and guns it as hard as she can, narrowly dodging the other car, which is not quite as quick to hit the brakes and try to adjust its course. So she's managed to put the ATV on a course that's going to pass both of the vehicles that were in the rear, and continue reversing back down the highway where you guys came.
Okay. I'll have to one step forward, backwards.
All right, so
And now they all go, don't they?
now they all do go. All right, so
Is Sarah in the initiative, or is she not doing anything?
she's not in the initiative quite yet.
Okay. She's still
She
freaking
is.
out.
She is trying to. She was trying to get her bearings and get herself strapped in, and also get her hands on her weapon. Not exactly a. Wasn't quite quick enough on the response time there to join in that round. Though she, yeah, we'll do that here in a moment. Let's see. These guys. Okay. Looks like a couple of them are holding shotguns and have, looks like they're putting those away and reaching for other weapons. And some of them are quickly going and getting in the cars to fire them up and get them on the road here. Let's see. You've got. Didn't add that to their. But that's fine. Let's see. Got those right here. All right. Just quickly fix that. That's this right here. Okay. Cool. All right, so we got a couple of pistols coming out and one rifle being fired. To make sure this is not going to be hidden. Nope.
Oh,
Okay. Sarah Lloyd cries out in pain.
Oh
As,
no.
it's like she takes a grazing shot. A bullet zips right past Cherry's ear. She's gonna take 2 damage, but she has to duck. And the believe this is keyed in correctly. Yeah. Oh, wow. What is Zeke's armor class?
Telekinetic armor, so higher than that.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
Right. So the side of the ATV takes a few bullets, and a few are deflected by telekinetic force surrounding Zeke's body as he was zipping off in whatever direction. So, and yeah, the cars are revving up, and everyone is, most of them are scrambling to get into the two cars there that have been turned into a roadblock. All right. And for this, we've got. Okay. Got all this ready to go as well. Oh, I didn't change. Apparently, I didn't add range on that one. But in this case, that's enough. All right. Couple of arms stick out of car windows bearing SMGs.
Oh no.
And by a couple, I mean several.
Redcon.
Let's see. I don't think I need any modifiers here. Oh, actually, let's see.
Do we get cover?
I was gonna say Eva and Pete are, we're kind of to either side of the rear door of the vehicle. It's not exactly like armored plating, but it's definitely enough for partial cover.
Okay.
So this is going to be -2 modifiers. Okay, it's for Eva. This is for Eva again.
Well, yeah.
Whoa. All right, and these are for Pete. Oh, I'm assuming doesn't hit? Or does he have... I actually don't know. Remember if Pete has armor.
He has a C-15, woven body
Okay.
armor.
Cool. Okay, so he's good. And
That
yeah,
does.
that is 8 damage.
Alright, and that was 6 for Eva.
Correct. But yeah, those are all the shots that get fired at them. This one is for Zeke. I'm saying from this angle has partial cover as well.
Alright.
Okay, he's fine.
Yeah.
The others are busy with either driving or trying to, as I guess as Bo is kind of got an angle to watch this happen, while Pete and Eva are taking cover from the fire. He sees a body fall out an open door of the now stopping vehicle as the passenger of that vehicle slides over and tries to take the wheel. All right. That brings us back to Bo.
Oh, Ray me.
So, I feel it. Oh, wait.
I think he is
He would
gonna
argue with you.
fire that. So we're still where the cars that were behind us are still in Bo's line of sight from his current position.
Yeah, I'll say that the stopped car that he originally shot the driver out of is still he's still got a shot lined up for this round.
Which car did the SMGs come from?
Both cars.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like passengers in the back seat of both vehicles.
I guess he will pick the readily available one. I guess Bo here's another snippet from his past. A guy beside him as they're fighting some other hired guns, yelling, "Mess them up, boys!" And
Oh,
he
no.
goes to protect the captain, and the other guy beside him turns to him and says, "The captain will take care of himself." But then, thinking on that, having gone lived by that nugget of wisdom, he said, "I don't know if this captain can take care of herself." And so he'll switch to his bow, draw one of his fireball special arrows, and shoot at the person who shot at her.
Okay.
Or I guess the car in general.
Okay, do you want to hit the
fire? Yeah, I guess just that car that's still in line of sight.
Alright, so I want to hit the car as opposed to one of the passengers with an SMG.
Yeah, figuring the fireball special was gonna be able to do a number on the car and maybe keep it out of.
Okay. Then in that case, yeah, give me your attack. Very nice. Then let's see here.
And I should have been asking you about what all the modified arrows would do on a hit.
Yeah, roll me another D4. Okay, nice. So yeah, that arrow lodges briefly right in the middle of the hood of the car, and a split second later, the head of the arrow explodes, sending fragments of arrow flying one direction, bits of hood and windshield the other direction, and putting putting several small holes in the windshield itself, and you can see some hands flap in front of their faces, back in the back seat of the car. And so yeah, you just dealt 12 damage to the vehicle. And that would be Bo's turn, I think. Unless did he want to move also?
Yeah, I guess he'll try to reposition to where he'll be able to see the cars once they're
Okay.
I guess behind him, which will be back towards the front of the car.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm remembering right, I think basically he can stand up this turn because he was
Oh yeah, because
he was prone in the
so
firing position.
yeah, go ahead and stand up.
So okay, so he'll stand up to be ready to move around however he needs to for the next turn. Um, incidentally, I didn't have anybody do any kind of evasive saves or anything because everyone was prepared for the maneuver in their own different ways. Um, so I think we're all good. Let me quickly get a little mm, okay, a little bit of this. And okay, I think I good to do this now. Okay, except it's in the wrong spot, but that's easily fixed. Okay. It's funny. I keep rolling those fours. Initiative. All right. Back to Pete.
Pete's gonna focus fire on whatever vehicle it was that was targeting the client.
Okay.
And we'll lay into them once again.
Let's see. That would be one of the vehicles in front of the ATV, which he doesn't exactly have line of sight on.
Okay. Well, are they going to be reversing this turn so that it'll be facing the opposite way?
So the way I'm understanding the vehicle movement, Cherry has got the ATV just in reverse and is just backing up. Just basically driving back down the highway in reverse, trying to put distance as quickly as possible without trying to, do like a 3-point turn or something. And so no, the vehicles are gonna more or less remain positioned relatively the same. Although, so like, let me put it this way: for the moment, the stopped car that just got a new driver and that Bo just, put an arrow in the hood of, is definitely within his line of sight, and he could also take shots at the other vehicle that was kind of swerving to the side and is about to, they're basically about to pass each other because
Right.
the ATV going in reverse, them trying to hit the brakes in the other lane and turn around or something.
Yeah, I think he'll maintain fire on the vehicle he initially shot at.
Okay,
The first round. No,
sounds
he's not
good.
necessarily going to specifically target the driver. He's just going to target whoever he can hit with it.
Well, I do need you to pick who. There
Okay,
are.
fine. He'll aim at the driver then.
Okay, I was gonna say because there's a driver and a couple passengers.
All right. Well, keep him burst fire on, and he'll aim at the driver.
All right. Okay. So burst fire.
Part of me
It's
wants to reroll damage. That's just a 2.
it's just a
Ugh.
2. Let's see.
I feel like that's a trap though, because I can make better use of it.
Mm-hmm.
You could.
Oh, do you? What lets you reroll damage?
I was trying to remember if there was an option. I was rereading the warrior class type.
Oh,
There could be
okay.
something else.
Yeah, not that I remember.
Okay, so it's basically auto hit or ignore an attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. All right. So let me see here. You're shooting one of these guys. Why are the windows not reordering? Okay, there we go. Got too many windows open in this thing. It's always the trickiest part about Roll20 is these windows don't play very nice when you try moving them around and stuff.
They really don't. They used to refocus to the front when you clicked anywhere on them, and at some point, it started doing that only if you click on the title bar.
Hmm. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I don't need to get distracted on that, but yeah.
Yep, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, let's do this. All right. Well, the driver is alive, though.
Not for long.
The windshield has pretty much been totally shattered in front of the driver, and Pete can tell the guy jolts a couple times from taking hits. So let's see. That's Eva's turn now. I'm assuming Pete didn't want to move or anything. He's content where he's at.
Yep.
All right.
Alright.
Does Eva have a shot on anyone from where she's at?
Yes, she could shoot at anyone in that momentarily stopped car, or shoot at the car itself.
Hmm.
And I'd say, I mean, I don't think this is unreasonable to say she'd know like, it's it's an easier shot to hit the car than it is to hit one of the passengers. It's up to her if
It is, but I have to ask a mechanics question that I did not want to ask.
Okay.
Are you doing armor for vehicles?
Yes.
Okay. Then unfortunately the weapon that she has would not do anything to any of these vehicles.
That's true.
I think she reasonably knows that also.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable to say. I won't make you do a no check or anything for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's freaking out as the spray of submachine gun bullets grazes the ATV. Thankfully, ATVs are fairly decently armored. But this just got real, and so she's fumbling around in. Let's see, where does she have it readied? Let me see where she did. Oh, you know what? I was going to ask this earlier also if it would have made sense for us to have our stuff readied. And for some reason, my laser pistol says other, but that doesn't seem right for where we are.
Yeah, I'm not. As long as you don't have, as long as your adjustments don't put you in an unreasonable equipment situation, then no,
Right.
I'm fine with you saying you got whatever you needed ready.
Okay. Yeah. We knew that this combo was coming. We knew that gunfire was coming because Eva called out, "Take the shot." So she
That's totally reasonable.
fumbles at her holster, not at all familiar with even the holster of it, and takes out the laser pistol and shoots at somebody. I know you want me to select a target, and so I'm just going to say the most front and center and most visible.
You're making me pick. Okay. Let me put it this way.
I'll go with the driver if
there's-
that's easier.
Say there's either the driver or there's a guy sticking an SMG at her.
I'm gonna roll 50-50 on that because this is the first time she's been in any real kind of gunfight. So
True.
a 1 is the driver, the 2 is the SMG. Oh, there it is. SMG it is.
SMG it is.
This is all going to be pointless. Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
I was gonna say, don't be so quick to say that.
That's an
Blast
18.
That is an 18. Now, drum roll, please,
And they die.
for the HP roll.
uh,
Oh, okay.
it's so
Yeah, I
funny
can
that
get her.
she can roll 2 damage, 2 on the die, and do 1 damage.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. I am honestly surprised. Why is that a? Am I misremembering that the? Okay, yeah, I was misremembering. Okay, you're good. Um, yeah, I was like, dude, what are the odds? This guy rolls one hit point and dies.
12.5%. Those were the odds.
Yup. So, all right. So she fires her shot at him. She I would say she can't really tell if she hit him, but she sees the gun pointing at her wobble momentarily. So she's pretty sure she hit the guy. And Eva Mulligan's first shot ever. At least at a living person.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She
Zeke
refused to practice by shooting live animals, so Pete wanted to get her to really get real practice in.
Eva's probably played laser tag. Well, I shouldn't say played laser tag. Eva's been the target of ridicule at laser tag before.
Yeah, she's gone to laser tag events with her friends.
With friends
Yes.
who immediately conspired to just shoot her immediately.
Yeah. All right. What's Zeke's move?
So Zeke shot a guy dead. Are there can he target a guy that's hanging out a window with the SMG?
He sure can. There's a car that's about to be pretty much right alongside him that he's got a good shot on.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Not as good this time.
Not as good a roll this time. All right, so there's now a dent in one of those doors of the car that's passing, and the passengers are unfazed.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
Any movement from him?
I think he moves over to Eva and tells her that if we're willing to ditch the vehicle, he can get us all out of here.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see then. Okay, then I think that means we are ready for Cherry again. So Cherry obviously still sticking to the plan, the movement of the vehicle.
I'm trying really hard.
I'm trying to think. Wait, so it's not too often that we have to do this sort of thing. If I'm recalling correctly, my general feeling and idea based on the rules would be that I guess like just driving the car um is pretty standard. Um
Driving backwards is not.
well, true. Driving backwards is not so standard. Um I guess I'm trying to think. This really doesn't happen often. If it makes sense to allow the driver, as long as they're not executing any like maneuver that requires a skill check, because a skill check is clearly a main action. But if they're just moving the vehicle in a direction, um, I'm inclined to say it'd be fine for them to use their main act. Let that be their move action and use their main action to do something else if they're so inclined. Like you could use another skill, or um, I'd be okay with her pulling, a weapon and sticking it out the window if she were so inclined. What do you
I
think?
feel like she would be more focused on driving.
Okay, that's fair.
She has only recently gotten a weapon. I
Hmm.
don't really feel like she would feel comfortable trying to drive in reverse and shoot out her window at the same time.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Um,
She is trying to record though.
Typical.
is this using her drone or her like compad?
Using her drone.
Okay. Is it following the vehicle outside, or is it inside the vehicle, like in the cab, kind of?
And it's inside the vehicle.
Okay, fair enough. Like that. Okay. Sarah Lloyd then. Sarah is going to shout let's see. I think oh, I'm trying to think too many things at once. uh she's gonna shout, um, have we got an extra rifle? As she pulls out a pistol and
Hmm.
is gonna let's see, who's she gonna stick
There
it?
would be an abandoned void carbon on the ground.
Okay, nice. Um, let's see here then.
And Zeke appears to be a walking armory.
I
Right.
don't know if he can give other people his psychic guns.
No, no, no. I mean, he's a walking armory and a telekinetic armory. He has a laser pistol, a monoblade, small, a stun baton, and a shotgun.
He's bought up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, oh man, if only. Yeah, no, I guess I think telekinetic manipulation is pretty much always a main action. I don't think it ever becomes less.
It's
Um,
also a point of effort, which would remove our
oh right,
escape.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the effortless or whatever it's called practice
No, that's
thing.
3.
Level, oh yeah, it's level 3 for telekinesis.
Yep.
Yeah, he actually may never be planning to get that. I don't remember. But anyway, maybe he is later. But okay, so she's just firing this. I think this is statted properly. So, she's going to fire at. She's going to aim at one of the drivers of a car in front, because that's where she's got a good uh, angle of attack on. See if I can make sure there's not a typo in her thing there. All right. No modifier. All right. All right.
Woohoo!
Blam blam. There's Cherry notices kind of out of her peripheral as she's mostly focused on the rearview mirrors. Sees one of the cars that's starting up, falters as a driver slumps over the wheel. Sarah shouts, "One down." Somebody give me that rifle. And then after that, the car, one of the cars is taken off. There's, let's see, you guys' distance at this point. That's gonna be, let's see, these guys. Okay, that's a miss. All right, and that's also a miss. And let's see. There's a bit of a scramble in one of the vehicles, and not a lot of attention being given to firing that rifle. So that's it for those guys. All right, and we got the other guys. What did? Okay. Okay, sorry. Just trying to keep all this going in my head here. All right, so we got a couple more SMGs getting fired. Still at people in cover. Wow. That was for Pete. Sorry, I need to call those out beforehand.
That's one you might want to use your warrior ability on.
Yeah. He technically still has 19 hit points, though.
Eh?
Yeah, I guess I'll block it.
All right. How does that happen? Does he dodge it? Does it just deflect off him harmlessly?
I think there's a reflective patch, and Pete just got shot in the wrong place, and it just kind of reflects off in the distance. He's like, loser.
The metal in his breast pocket just
Basically,
bullet.
he's just got a shiny spot. And was it a pistol SMG or? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Then in that case, he's just got a particularly difficult to get through spot, and they
Mhm.
just shoot him in the wrong place.
Nice. So, yeah, bullets peppering the rear of the ATV. One shot pings off of Pete, and he shrugs it off.
I mean, what, that thug wasn't firing burst? Yeah, he was. So that's
Yeah.
a couple shots.
Yeah.
Just hear a ding, and Pete's like, loser. Yeah, that loser statement was in character, Ben.
Nice. Emotional damage.
Exactly. In this case, Pete's being the bard. He's also using vicious mockery.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we've got more SMGs to be fired. Here's one for. No, sorry, this one's for Eva.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh, that'll hit.
Okay. 7.
Yep.
And then here are 2 for Zeke.
Oof.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Couple of low rolls.
That's
So
good.
the side of the ATV is getting quite peppered. Let's see. And 1 for Cherry. Okay, that's a hit,
Oh
but it's
man.
only 3 damage.
Okay. She'll
Ruined
take
her
it.
mascara.
Yeah. It occurs to me I was not. I forgot that I needed to be tracking your damage for you. So I
I think I got 2 earlier.
Yeah, that sounds right. And then that's another 3, so that's 5 total. You got 12 out of 17. All right, and we are through the enemy turns. Other than that, the haha. Yes, let me see here. Couple here in particular. Gotta remember. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So this guy is gonna do this. Okay. And also this guy. Wow. And lastly, this guy.
How'd they all win their morale checks? That's like exactly on the dot with those two guys.
Mm-hmm. All right. That brings us to Bo's turn. Oh, I guess I should point out that the car that was, that had swerved to dodge the car that got the driver shot, is they are basically pulling a J turn attempt, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah, so hitting the brakes, trying to spin and start chasing after you guys as you accelerate in reverse.
Sherry is also wanting to look for the first opportunity she has to turn the car around.
Yeah. I was thinking
As
about
a
making that
side note.
Eva's action this turn is to try and help her with that too.
Okay. What's Bo up to?
Would it be a on-turn action for him to slide the void carbine back to Sarah?
Let's see. Um, let's. Hmm. I'll say if he's gonna move. Yeah, this is kind of. I will often play a little bit fast and loose with these rules in particular because I find them just a little bit obtuse to work with. So I'd say if you're gonna move, either to the side door where Zeke is at or up towards the cockpit where she's at, I'd say that you could kick it in her direction, get it within her reach for her next turn.
Yeah, and I guess that's the direction he's going to keep people, or like to get a line of sight on the pursuing cars.
Yeah, so if he gets up next to Zeke, he can take a shot at that second vehicle that was that had started out behind you. So you're basically passing it as it tries to pull a rapid turn here. And what does he want to shoot at? The car or one of the passengers or the driver?
I think he'll take one of his flare arrows and aim for the driver.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lobby here. The thermal flare in the book specifies that it does 1d6 damage to people it hits.
That's so. Let's see. That's for like a. Where is that at? That's in the equipment section.
Yeah, and the field equipment. Although that
okay.
has a -4 modifier on like a shoot skill.
I was gonna
But
say.
with this being guided by an arrow.
So you're lobbying for all the benefits and none of the drawbacks.
Well, because this has like it's got a shoot system, which is why they're saying, yeah, that one's unguided because you're just like setting a firework in the ground kind of thing.
Yeah. So this is you were intending this to be like a thermal flare arrow, not just like a glow bug.
Oh yeah, this one is a
arrow.
thermal flare. Yeah, attached to the. He's got 4 glow bug arrows.
Okay.
And I'm assuming those would do just normal damage, but also have a glow bug on the end.
Gotcha. Let's see. I will definitely grant you some additional damage, not a full d6, because I'm going to say that some of that has to do with the launching of the propellant in the thermal flare gun, and how fast the thing hits somebody. But yeah, I will certainly give you. I'll give you a little bit of bonus damage. I think comparable to the other, except that in this case, instead of the small explosion being the rider effect, it's going to be the incredibly bright light.
Ooh, well, that's also a good one. Okay, let's back up to fire.
Yeah, I think. Okay, let me see here. So go ahead and roll me that. I'm gonna say 1d3 in this case. Okay. The car in the middle of a complex maneuver is now suddenly sporting a dead driver with a blindingly bright thermal flare burning in the driver's seat.
Oh,
And the smell of burning hot dogs, probably.
no.
Fortunately, you are not downwind of. Okay, that brings us to top of the round with Pete again.
Woo! Pete's gonna take out that driver. The one he's been focusing. I think he's got like 2 hit points.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely been peppered already.
Yep. Bye.
All right, nice. Yeah, he has to lean out slightly farther than before as to spray this uh, burst across the driver's seat as Cherry blasts past that still mostly stopped car in reverse. And satisfied to register the jolting and then the slumping of the now dead driver.
One down.
Oopsie.
Was that a car that was driving and following us?
I think so. It was one of the ones behind.
Yes, it was one. So now both of the cars that had started out behind you guys are driverless,
Okay.
and you are passing both of them at this point.
Hmm.
And that brings Eva a point where there is nobody in her line of sight behind the vehicle, so she's going to need to move up somewhere else in the vehicle to get a.
Oh no! Shooting a laser pistol is way too scary. She'd rather look, kind of peek around behind or outside the back of the ATV, and try and recall where there might be, where's the most recent place that she remembers there being a suitable turnaround point. She's gonna try and consider, the slope, the traction, any turnoffs. Obviously, if there was a intentional turnoff, that's good. Basically,
Mhm.
trying to assist Cherry's pilot skill check in finding a place to turn around again.
Okay. Let's see then. I think that's a. I think that could be a no skill check.
Okay. Wow, rolling low, Eva.
That is definitely a failure for this skill check. It's a decently
Well,
high DC.
let me re-roll that then, because if there's a decently high DC, I'm hoping that means that there's a chance that she does think of somewhere that could help Cherry.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and re-roll that. What is going on? What are these?
Oh
Twos?
man.
Why twos?
Oh boy, that's
Well,
a
You've
lot of
inherited
little
Kate's
dice there.
luck.
I guess so.
Over 6 dice. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, no, nothing.
Cherry is driving pretty erratically, so you can blame her.
No, she's
Say
also
nothing.
pretty frantic. There's bullets flying all over the place. The car's swerving. Cherry's having a
Exactly.
blast. This is all crazy.
Nothing jumps out at her. It's a long stretch. It's nothing looks particularly well suited to a turnaround, and as she tries to look out the back, the portion of the ATV that she was leaning against, it flexes way more than it should, and she stumbles back to grab something else in further inside the vehicle, noticing that the copious amount of bullet holes peppered in the back of this ATV have weakened the integrity of the back wall.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of distractions here. She's also panicking because she's worried that she made the wrong call and she's getting everybody killed.
Only time will tell. She's
Bonus points if she's going,
everywhere.
Pete! Slips, falls, crash. Pete!
Oh no. I was gonna say, I don't. Yeah, I don't know exactly at what point the adrenaline will slow down enough for her to notice the couple of cuts she's got from getting grazed, but they're not hindering her.
Okay. Zeke, on the other hand, seems to live for this, apparently. That driverless car, does it have anybody else in it that could shoot Zeke if he teleported into it?
It does. So that car is actually, it's still got 3 passengers.
That's a bummer.
Now, let me see. I believe those are one-handed, aren't they?
They could all fire submachine guns and kill Zeke. He's not going to do that.
They would. Now I will point this out. Obviously, it's up to you if this is whether this matters, but I believe they take a -4, even though they are. Because I think the SMGs are like one-handed, but even so, it'd be a -4.
That's true. That's true. They would have to roll fairly well to hit him with his TK armory. How badly do I want to risk getting Avery's character killed? He doesn't have that many hit points, you know.
Oh, that's true. He does only have 14.
And that's before taking any damage.
Yeah, I think 2 things that keep his character alive.
Right. Let's see.
But I know that he would absolutely love. Like, here's the idea. Teleport into this vehicle, make sure that it stays within 10 meters because then it doesn't cost effort. Drive it until next round, basically suffering a full round of attacks, and then crash it on the road and teleport out, creating a roadblock obstacle for the other cars that are coming up from behind it.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. That's a little tricky because there's still a body. Oh yeah, true. I mean, I think it's worth it, but I'm thinking with a different priority there. What was I just trying to say? There's still a body in the driver's seat there. I suppose. I mean, he could definitely teleport. I mean,
is the body really an obstruction, though?
There's room. Yeah, there's definitely room to teleport, and he would be very cramped, but he could get in the driver's seat enough to, like, he'd be in an incredibly like cramped and awkward spot, like basically just sort of crammed in next, like somewhere center console, partially in the driver's seat, but within reach of yanking on the wheel.
No, that's not good enough. He needs to be able to drive it because he needs to be able to stay within 10 meters of our vehicle.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I was gonna say
for a full round. Yeah. No, he's just gonna shoot at somebody.
Okay.
So they're gonna have to scramble to get a new driver for that vehicle. That's kind of gonna start putting them farther away from us. Are there any drivers left?
Of the two, no.
Okay, so there's
There's
2 vehicles.
one.
How many vehicles
I
are
guess.
there?
Well, so there are four total.
Mhm.
3 of them are currently driverless. There is one vehicle that was part of the roadblock that has started accelerating follow. It's a little further away, but it's definitely still within range of his telekinetic weapon. So he could target that driver.
Okay. Yeah, and it's within the short range of it, 200 meters.
Yes. So it is.
All right. Go ahead and fire at that driver. Oh, look at
All
that.
right, man. Zeke popping off over here. Okay.
Pop off king.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, it is.
Yay.
Certainly is that. All right, let's see here. Where's the... All right. He is toast as well.
So all 4 vehicles are driverless right now.
That is correct.
Nice.
Nicely done. All right. Let me see here.
Is that going to allow us to put more than 30 meters of distance between the submachine guns?
It very likely will. Let's see here.
Hey, if we were changing seats, the GM wouldn't let us do it that fast. Probably will.
He
Hey,
he had
Come
us
on,
roll,
Ben.
I'll let you guys do. I'll let you guys do it very
Yeah.
quickly.
but he didn't make us roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trusting Ben. It's obligatory, guys. Come on.
It is true. It is obligatory. Let's see. So.
Don't slow my troll.
Definitely slow your troll.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. So that's a lot. Yeah. I'm kind of just I'm definitely approximating speeds and all this kind of stuff. So as not to get bogged down in math and whatnot. But yeah. So Cherry's
Hate it
turn.
when math gets in the way of my math game.
Yeah. On Cherry's turn, you guys have put. You guys have kept enough. Enough focused fire on all the drivers to give yourselves basically this entire amount of movement to distance yourselves from all those vehicles. Even in
Wow.
reverse and still accelerating, you have put yourselves at about 50 meters from the front of the ATV being about 50 meters from the nearest vehicle that's back towards the roadblock.
All right.
And this
Yeehaw,
would
indeed.
seem to be the way to go at the moment. No need to slow your roll to try to turn around and lose time in the short term at the moment. Miss Lloyd is going to go ahead and fire off a pistol shot regardless.
Didn't Bo bring up that void carbine?
That is true. Let me see. What's the doobity-doo? Oh
I
yeah,
believe
it's a
it's
move.
2.
That's a move action. So doobity-doo, she's gonna fire a void carbine.
Wait.
That's the sound it makes when she pulls the trigger.
Mhm.
Doobity-doo.
That's canon now, Ben. Void carbines make a doobity doo sound.
I'm actually imagining like the sound that like your dryer makes when it's done, but like the doobity doo. It's like
It's like
doobity doo.
it's the sound that the little display on the gun makes when
I
you
hate it.
like basically rack it or reload it or whatever. It's like this is how much ammo you've got.
That's the sound it makes when you rack it.
Okay, so that's definitely got the range. I think it's probably this much. I'm not gonna take the time to check. No burst though, because it's a void carbine. So no need to put the modifier on it. All right. So she leans out the window, lets off a shot, and can't really tell what the effect was, but she seems satisfied with it. And with all the commotion and all, there are a couple of shots here. Where's the
You'd think they'd be ducking for cover with as many of them as we've killed in such little time.
well, they're certainly enjoying what little cover they have. Um, okay. Miss Lloyd. Okay. A miss. And another miss.
Oh wow, when did they get combat rifles?
There were a couple in the roadblock that had them. They fired them.
Oh
They
wow.
fired them once at the start, and then in the scramble to try to get, drivers in cars and return some fire, and then shuffle drivers when drivers got shot. I don't think the rifles had gotten brought to bear in the next round or two. Okay, that is that. Those guys. There are going to be a couple of these that just spray. They are still within their longer range. I don't. One for Sloyd. One for Zeke. Oh,
That's gonna miss. AC is 16.
okay. I was going to say, I think he's still higher than 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so some
Barely.
a couple more bullets put little holes in the ATV at various spots. A few bullets deflect off of Zeke. And it's back to Bo. I'm not sure. I guess he's got his. Well, he doesn't. He gave up the void carbine. I don't know what's the range on the bow. He's got. What sort of bow is it? Is it an advanced bow or a conversion bow?
I don't think advanced bow.
Okay, he does still have the range to hit the either of the closest two cars who have SMG wielding passengers.
And have they replaced their drivers or anything?
Judging by the location of the flare in the one vehicle, no. And it doesn't look like the other vehicles replaced their driver yet either.
And I guess there's people like riding shotgun in either car.
There is in one of them, not in the car that he initially shot. The very first car has lost its driver, and then the passenger who had become a driver. So the only people in
And
that
also,
one.
that car was like spinning out, right? They happened to do anything to,
Yeah, it
I
had
don't know,
it had
not
come
end
to
up in a wall.
yeah, it had come to a stop. The passenger had managed to stop it and barely keep it from hitting the whatever the side barrier. But yeah, it's neither one has got a driver at this point.
Mm. Well, I guess I'll try picking off the shotgun, or guy riding shotgun.
Okay, sounds good. Give me that bow shot.
I think it's just a plain arrow with this one.
That is a miss. But he sees the arrow. Arrow sticks in the back of the seat, missing the guy by a few inches.
Correct.
All right. So, top of the turn order. None of the cars are pursuing. I still say you guys have you've got a little bit of you've got an opportunity to make a shot or two, though. You don't have. I think the angles of fire at those cars are getting pretty crowded.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pete could get up there and lean out between Bo and see he can take a shot still.
I think you will.
Okay.
He'll lean up there and say, "You kind of deserve this, guys," and then just let rip.
Okay.
Woo!
All right. His efforts are rewarded with a barely perceptible blood splatter in the rear windshield of one of the cars.
Woohoo!
All right, Eva.
I was trying to climb to the front, and he just said nope.
All right. Well, Eva tried to remember. Can she? Now that we've got a little bit of distance and perhaps a little bit of space, can she instead try to think of somewhere where we could take the vehicle off the trail, off the road, safely? Using memory and of of us traveling this road, and just kind of knowledge of vehicles for intelligence and survive for the check.
Okay. And goal being to like just turn around, or like a place to hide off the beaten path.
Yeah, preferably a place that we could slip off and break off. Yeah, escape.
Okay.
And get back on the road once we've determined our next course of action. So
Okay.
no cliffside escapes.
All right, no cliffside escapes, but a a controlled escape that leaves your options for the future open.
Right.
Okay,
You know, an escape that works.
very well worded wish there,
It
Rex.
is. It is. Yeah, I know.
Having a hard time finding a way to interpret that in a punishing way. So
Did I also mention that
Yeah.
I want it to be not quite so obvious? So they don't just see, oh, there's a trail over here. They went this way.
They
would you
went
also
that
like there
way.
to be a rest stop with a fully stocked first aid station
No,
at
no,
the end
that's
of it?
too far. But if we
Oh,
could have a
okay.
boba tea station, that would be great.
Okay.
You read my mind.
All right. Well, I am calculating the DC. It is still barely within the realm of possibility, so I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, yeah. So survive check with intelligence. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's better than my no checks were.
It is, yeah. Okay, that I will say is successful.
Eva gathers her wits about her, takes in a deep breath as the gunfire has slowed to a still, and she braces herself again, looks out the back of the vehicle, and just kind of goes into that intense Eva focus mode of trying to well, to everyone else, it's Eva going focus mode. She is trying to trace back the route and remember every little detail, and then Ben, go. How do you like that
Alright, yeah,
subtle
so
handoff?
yeah, so she remembers a spot that should be far enough back down the road that you'll have time to enough time to get there and turn off uh, before any potential pursuit, given their current state, would have the chance to catch up and watch you take the turn. And it should there's enough room to get pretty quick uh, screen from the road so that you've got place to can meander through the trees and down on a bit of an incline, but it looked like it wasn't too treacherous to navigate given your off-road vehicle that you're in. And this point, unless let's see, does Zeke want one more parting shot?
Yeah, I think so. It's I think trying to put the fear in following us into them
Mm-hmm.
is, yeah, they stopped or they made a roadblock with weapons drawn.
Mm-hmm.
And then they followed us even after quite a few of them were shot.
Yeah.
So I'd say they were very, very determined to cause harm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm assuming there aren't too many targets, so do you want to tell me what's available, or do you want me to just roll the attack and Zeke gets what he gets?
Yeah, at this point, there are pretty much, I think I'd say tactically indistinct targets. So you just pick a SMG wielding passenger and miss whichever one he picks.
Yeah. It was a warning shot.
Yeah. Say, punches a hole through a rear windshield of one of the vehicles.
Just to
Trying to
remind
hit
them
one
that
of-
there are things that are happening without bullets.
Yeah. All right.
What if he punched one of the windows on the opposite side of the car that they weren't shooting from and just punched it in, showering glass from behind? That would be freaky.
That's funny. Oh man, yeah. So all right. Cherry, assume is continuing to focus on her driving, getting you guys out of there as quick as possible. Um, and Sarah Lloyd at this point doesn't. Uh, eh, yeah, she'll take one last shot, even though this is now at disadvantage range. Okay. Yeah,
We're just
fires
reminding
in
them
the
that we're still here.
exactly. No telling what that hit, but um, yeah. At this point, so there's no return, no return fire from the roadblockers or the car chasers. Um, and at this point, you are even outside the range of Bo's bow.
You know he did that on purpose, right, Ben?
Yeah. So I'm going to say this is a good point for us to end turn order. And I think we can wind down.
Ooh, we survived our first combat.
So you did.
Yay.
Our first real combat. Badgers don't count.
True.
That was fairly
Shifts and
one-sided.
clinks now, but it's okay.
His left leg rattles a little bit.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to celebrate it until we get off of Urola. Not to be a pessimist, just remembering last campaign.
Yep. Fair.
I do think that at this time we're far enough out that we're not going to get called in by the authorities and forced into years-long military servitude for shooting some people.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on wood. Again, I will celebrate once we're off planet.
Yep, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, so Eva will frantically give to Cherry the runoff that she remembered.
Yeah, so it goes off without a hitch. You guys are able to put a little bit more distance. You go around, go far enough that you're now out of direct line of sight. Get the vehicle turned around and put it up to max speed. Get back to the whatchamacallit, get back to the chosen turnoff point and get off into some terrain that's no problem for the ATV. Should present a little difficulty for any ground cars anyway, and gives you guys enough room to get out of line of sight and far enough away that you can't really even hear, barely even hear the any sounds of passing traffic on the road with all the trees. And put that sucker in park. And I'll breathe a collective sigh of relief. Sarah Lloyd certainly breathes an audible sigh of relief.
Before Eva breathes a sigh of relief, let me ask: does all of that take 15 minutes or more?
Does all of that take 15 minutes or more? Talking about the retreat and the hiding?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once we're out of actual weapons and combat range, and Pete's no longer trying to shoot something.
I'd say this is the start of a new scene, if that's what you're asking.
No, but that's also good to know. I think Eva is going to be fussing over Pete.
Okay.
And if I remember the healing for robot rules correctly, or VI rules, it's just 15 minutes, a unit of spare parts, and he regains his level and hit points.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
sounds right.
I don't remember that off the top of my head.
I think it's on my sheet. Hang on. Nope.
Yeah,
it's not on my
15
sheet.
minutes. Yeah. Lost hit points equal to your character level.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
I don't mind like dealing with the mechanics of that next time. I just want to point. I just want for like narrative purposes. Eva hasn't
Yeah.
slowed down yet.
Okay. So yeah, she's
She's distracting herself really.
okay. So she's doing
Ah,
that. So we'll say she's in the middle of his first unit of healing when you guys stop.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see. I think this would be a good point. We can kind of wrap it up. I think that I would like to get an idea if you guys have a quick. We can have a couple minutes for you guys to try to talk. What do you think your plan next time is going to be? To give me something to plan for. And then we can. I'll be getting. I'll dish out you guys XP and. Gonna be getting faves ready while you guys discuss that. Any ideas?
Not it.
Oh, for ideas. First thought is grill Sarah Lloyd about this other potential or the potential buyer she had lined up before, but had turned down. Since
For
I guess
what?
that's her. Hmm?
I was
It's
joking.
just
Sorry.
who the dude is. We need to know our enemy if we're thinking that he's the guy who sent the goons after us. And then I guess it's trying to get back to the ship from here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless maybe he's just like a nerd or something. We could roll up to his house, beat him up really easy.
No, my word.
No, I think I mean he had this many thugs. Let's not try and roll up on a house
Yeah, I'm
worse.
figuring this is the dude who could do something about it if we did try to go launch a retaliate.
Yeah, let's not retaliate too hard.
Yeah, I'd rather not actually. We have somewhere to go, and we have Sarah Lloyd in an even more like mutable, malleable state of mind probably to be like, yeah, you guys, I'll pay you to take me to uh
Far
Lahanuda.
away from here.
Far
Yeah.
away from here. Yeah, get me off the planet fast. Oh, and Lahanuda. Yeah, that sounds great. You guys have just saved my life. Maybe she might not think of it exactly that way, but she's at least in a state of mind to. I feel like she'll be more inclined towards that, and I think it's a great way. It's a great segue into us jetting off of Urala and kind of doing what we wanted to do, doing what Danielle wanted to do, uh, in engaging in a bigger story, and also doing what I wanted to do, which was opportunistic adventuring, and it works perfectly. This is the next obvious step.
but not getting to do what Bo wants to do, which is shoot
Yes.
the guy who sent people to shoot him.
Another day.
That'll go on the to-do list.
I do think it's very dangerous, and we're not considering what the characters want right
Yeah.
now. This is just
Yeah, I
players.
know. Out of character, this is definitely a save. You're not tall enough to ride this ride yet, kind of moment.
If this guy, we'll definitely get the information from Sarah Lloyd, because we want to know if he's a sector-wide player, and you know what? Maybe we can, if he continues to make himself a problem, yeah, we can plan a raid on his compound later, maybe. Really feel very in character. It'd be more of a raid, get inside, and send a message, hey, stop what you're doing.
Give him a wedgie.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that would be my proposal for immediate is try and get off the planet. And I had a thought on that. Did somebody have a nav comp in their inventory?
Not me.
I had a survey scanner.
Nav comp is the one that I'm thinking of, right? The Ben that has like local maps and stuff, or right?
Mhm. Right. Helps you navigate.
And it would actually give us like roads and stuff. Like it's basically. Would it help us? Sorry, let me be more broad here. What kind of equipment would we need if we wanted to try and navigate back to our ship without taking any roads?
Yeah, you definitely need a nav comp.
Thankfully, I think Seek does have one
Oh really?
with a point of effort.
Abilities.
Yep.
I was gonna say I have a
Sense the
suspicion
need.
as to how he would happen to have one.
Yeah, if we think that we could navigate out of here without getting back on roads and facing the risk of roadblocks, and you know, as long as it wouldn't take like a month to do it, I think he'd spend the effort to be like, well, guys, apparently I already thought about this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's got the money, so you'll uh, he'll deduct the you could have definitely gotten that at standard market rate. Add it to his sheet, be good to go. And I mean, presumably he will end up asking for reimbursement for that from the ship fund.
Yeah, theoretically.
Okay. Very nice.
Is everyone cool with that? It sounds like a lot of me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
Alright.
plenty of sense. And not to put too fine a point on it, it is a GM approved way of, making sure we have what we need.
Yeah. It is, yeah. There we go, NavComp. Alright. 500 credits, I'm adding it and then deducting, and I'll make a quick note in his notes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm assuming that somebody's now this is a less important thing, but I'm assuming somebody has binoculars. Does Bo maybe have binoculars? I feel like I remember
Yeah.
having binoculars. Okay. Yeah. That'll help a bit in navigating the terrain. So yeah, I think you guys will with the addition of the nav comp, you've definitely got the equipment necessary to try to find a path, avoiding the roads as much as possible.
Okay. And
All
I'm
right.
curious, at that point, is it going to be Bo making the survive checks, or is it going to be Eva? Or will it even be survive checks?
Will they even be surviving? Oh, sorry, wrong question. Go ahead.
I think it will definitely be. It will definitely involve survive checks. Possible other skills could come into play as well if you guys want to go that way. But I think it would be up to whoever is going to be your navigator to make those skill checks. And yeah. They're yeah, I'll say I don't know that it's I don't know that there's too much more I can really say other than it'll it'll be something of a skill challenge to try to navigate the mountainous terrain over quite a distance. The nav comp I think will net you a more exact idea of where you are, how exactly what your distance is from the city and from where your ship is parked, all that kind of stuff. And I think Zeke, Zeke having been the one to have had the nav comp, I guess we'll start, we'll start next session with him bringing up the fact that he's got the nav comp. I think for now that's enough. I think that's enough planning. I mean, you guys could talk a little bit more, and by all means, chat in the Discord about what to do in the ensuing week. But it sounds like, at least for the moment, you guys are leaning towards let's rest up for however long, but some amount of time, and then try to navigate back to the ship and the city, avoiding roads and trying to mostly trek through the wilderness.
Like you do.
Yeah. Oh, good plan. I like that we know what we're doing next session.
Robert's suggestion, the latest suggestion in out of character planning, still seems very relevant.
No. Stop it, Ben. Bad. Bad GM.
He's egging me on.
Just saying. it's it's as good an idea as it was before.
I don't know.
I mean, Pete thinks so.
All right, let's go ahead and get to phase. I've already let it go a bit. Danielle, you are up first in the phase tonight.
Carrie getting to drive well, but being a maniac about it.
Maniac.
/
Being
calling
one of
Sarah
those.
Lloyd Buttercup.
That was pretty good.
Is Buttercup one word?
Yes.
Okay.
It is not a cup for my butter, it is a flower.
Nice. Alrighty. Oh, quick question. With number 2 of the plan there, trekking back to the ship off road. Are you guys thinking do so in the ATV or without, with leaving the ATV behind?
With the ATV, preferably.
Yeah.
Okay. I was realizing, I think I had used the word and then it got typed also. I was like, trek can often imply, on foot. So I just wanted to um, clarify that intention.
I do want to
Okay.
note, Ethan. I don't think healing up is unless this endeavor does take multiple days. Um, do we? You know what? That's a discussion for next week. I'm sorry. I got distracted by the plan.
That's all right. That's point 3. It's bold to assume you guys will even get that far in the plan next time.
Wow.
It is Dex's turn on the faves.
I liked. I'm gonna be selfish again. I liked this entire sequence for Eva characterization. Um, a quick. What's the status? What's the sitch? To start off with, and then making a shotgun decision. May not have been the best decision, but she still kind of just put on the spot, made a decision. Uh, Acted the best she could throughout while freaking out and realizing that she's freaking out. And now she's using Pete. Yes, she's using Pete to prevent herself from throwing up because she is terrified of what just happened. It's all kind of like coming around and hitting her. So I feel like this has been a very good sequence to solidify the fact that she can make decisions. She just needs to get better at
Living with them.
yeah, at living with them. That's the best way of putting it. Yeah. So thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
I guess it's not as selfish because that compliment goes mostly to you.
I'll take it.
Not that you intended for all that to happen, but I'll let you have it.
Sounds like sounds like I know what Dex is asking for more of in the game. So good to know.
Moments for Eva
For the record,
to make decisions and
it's
question
not for more combat.
Yes, more moments to challenge Eva's ability to make decisions on the spot and then question if they were the right ones.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Ethan then.
Yeah, he's getting in some combat, and from our quote channel, our first combat, the Badgers don't count.
Yeah, that's a
I
good one.
feel like Ethan and Ben will appreciate this, but I basically had Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin playing in the back of my
Oh,
head the entire time
nice.
we were having that interaction.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a throwback.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, what's this? The song of my people. Let us go."
Oh man, yeah, that would have been like
How many years ago was that campaign?
5-ish years ago now.
I think that was my very first Stars Without Number campaign.
Because
And
Hannah
I'm
was a
trying to
baby.
remember. Yeah, Hannah was a baby, and I'm trying to remember who was driving the car that they threw it in reverse.
I believe you told
I
us
was gonna
that
say
was
that was
Ethan, yeah.
definitely
It
Ethan's
was
character.
definitely Ethan's character.
Matt Wiley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matt Wiley, hobo with a
Dressed,
tart.
dressed in a
Hobo with the heart.
with a tart.
tart.
No,
Oh,
he
tarp.
was
He literally Not a heart.
Aw.
He just literally always dressed himself in a giant tarp.
He was wearing that like
Aw.
reflective survival tarp from the survival kit
Oh.
to make himself look like a hobo. He was driving the getaway vehicle.
Oh man, that was also my first time playing a character that had telekinesis. And I'd been trying to shoot with a gun the whole time and making terrible shots. And then I finally used telekinesis and crunched someone inside a car. And it was like, oh, that's how you play a character with psionics. Like, you don't use the pistol, you use your brain. There you go. But
Yep. Just give them a
Neil,
hug inside the car.
yes. Now you just stay in there and think about what you've done until you're ready to come out.
All right,
Oh.
Robert, what's your fave from the night?
First combat and Zeke pulling an absolute execution on the first shot.
Zeke
Or
was
Bo.
pretty much
Bo,
starring
not
this,
Zeke.
yeah. Oh, Bo. Oh, right. The actual execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual execution attack right at the beginning to kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm telling you. It was the moment we went into combat. I was like, oh, we're all just like, all right, here we go.
Yep.
It was so
Yeah, you
great.
guys exacted quite the death toll. I liked it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say finishing the first combat in one session. Because I was worried about kind of the scope and the complexity of the scenario, making it drag even worse than it did. As it is, it took, basically a couple hours. But I feel like for the number of combatants and the somewhat complex maneuvering, it was not too bad. There was relatively limited choice to be made for a lot of the characters as far as how many different places you could move and different actions to take. So worked out. Dex repeatedly resisted my urges to do something more reckless with Zeke. It's probably a very good thing that I handed Zeke off to Dex. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably would have done something a little different if I'd been running Zeke. It may or may not have been a good thing, but
My.
because Avery, if you're listening to this later, you did message me, live wild, young, and free. So,
Oh my.
Oh, wow, he really said that.
Hey, man.
he absolutely did.
Hanging
Wow.
out the side of the ATV and finger gunning people down. I can't think of anything more wild and free than that.
He did a great job.
It's quite wild and free. I'll agree
Yes.
with that.
I liked the other suggestions. They just all cut off either Zeke's escape route or everybody's escape route.
Yeah.
He is a teleporter. I don't know if Avery's going to play him this way, but teleporter, saves a point of effort to just teleport to some place within 10 kilometers and not die.
Mm-hmm.
And if he
It's
can
true.
save 2 points of effort and ensure that survival for his friends and a very valuable AI core, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is very true.
Oh yeah. Freaking how is TC3 responding to all of this?
I guess we'll have to find out next session.
Ah, come on.
It's already 11:48. I'm trying to wrap us up here.
Yeah.
I am
Uh,
posting the faves.
Yeah, I think that